Welcome to Griffith Observatory. It has been open for a few weeks now, but this is the first chance I've had to come up here and check it out on the inside. I'm super excited. I have been up here several times, as you know, and done the tour of the outside, so I am ready to see what they have inside. Let's go check it out. Parking at Griffith Observatory is $10 per hour if it's even available. So this time I parked on the street across from the Greek Theater for free and took the dash to the observatory. The dash is 50 cents with cash or 35 cents with a tap card, although they weren't taking payments at all on the day I was there. It's a much more cost-effective option to visiting the observatory. The observatory is open until 10 p.m. and the last dash back to the Greek is also at 10 p.m. I was on that bus and it was packed. The line behind me is to get in. You need to be vaccinated and they are checking vaccinations. So let's get in line. The Rotunda features these beautiful murals on the walls and ceiling by 1930s mural artist Hugo Ballin. Here's a secret you probably didn't know. In the early part of this century, Griffith Observatory was closed for extensive renovation, which included cleaning these murals. The mural cleaning experts left this one square untouched to show the color before they cleaned it. This is the Foucault pendulum. A Foucault pendulum looks like it swings back and forth and knocks down dominoes as it rotates, but that's not what happens. The Foucault pendulum always swings in the same direction, and it's the Earth that moves. So to us, it appears as though the pendulum is changing directions, but it's not. We're moving with the Earth's rotation, and the pendulum isn't. It always swings in the same direction. Wilder Hall of the Eye is on the east side of the Rotunda. This area focuses on the way we visually view the world and the stars. This is the first astronomical telescope in Los Angeles. This telescope was built in 1888, bought by a state senator who would invite people to his house to look through it. Here's a photo from 1910 of a little girl looking at Halley's Comet through this telescope. There were different types of telescopes, descriptions on how they work, and old devices that were used to document what was observed. Several exhibits were mini plays of historical events. Here we can see the different types of waves, radio waves, microwaves, X-rays, and so on. This part of Wilder Hall is beneath the telescope dome, and it has a model of the telescope with controls you can use to control it. It was very popular, so I didn't get a chance to play with it. To the west of the Rotunda is the Amundsen Hall of the Sky. These exhibits deal with the moon's orbit, path of the sun and stars, the tides, the seasons, eclipses, this room is underneath the Celestat Solar Telescope, which is not open to the public. But there are plenty of exhibits about the sun and scenes captured by the solar telescope. On the south side is the planetarium, which is a paid ticketed event. The current showing is called Signs of Life. I just exited the planetarium show, Signs of Life. There was no photography or videography allowed in there, but it was excellent. If you come to Griffith Observatory, you should definitely buy a ticket for this show. It was outstanding. All of that's on the first floor. There's more to see downstairs. This hallway leads down to the other exhibits on the lower floors, and it represents the 14 billion years since the Big Bang until the present today. All of the jewelry is related to the sky, astronomy, the stars, things like that. It's a pretty impressive collection of jewelry and a great display to represent 14 billion years. This level is all about meteors. This room, as you can see, is all about the planets. Notice Einstein sitting over there by himself? He's most often not alone. Yeah, me too. Each planet's display shows the size of the planet above it in relation to all of the other planets. You get a fact sheet about that planet and a video screen that shows you information you can choose from any number of videos about the planet. The fun thing, there is a scale that shows you how much you would weigh if you were on that planet. I'm pretty sure Earth's is way heavier. No, I don't weigh that much. But the other planets I'm pretty okay with. Anyway, and there are also some other exhibits specific to that planet. So it's really informative and a lot of fun. This is the Zeiss Mark IV planetarium projector. It was used here in Griffith Observatory from 1964 until 2002. This camera wasn't just used for planetarium entertainment. It was used by the Apollo astronauts to practice their stellar navigation skills. This exhibit of the moon is pretty cool. The moon is a large globe spinning, and underneath it is a monitor that shows all of the named peaks and craters and valleys and where the Apollo crew landed. It's like really interesting. There's also a moon rock from the actual moon on display, which is super cool. Next to the moon display is the Leonard Nimoy Event Horizon Theater. This is free, and the movie I saw was the history of Griffith Observatory. You might be wondering why there are telescopes here inside underground the observatory. Take a look at this wall over here. This is a photograph, an actual photograph of the sky that would be blocked out if you held your finger up like this. You can use these telescopes to explore the night sky, this photograph. It's pretty cool. I've shown you a lot, but I feel like I've just skimmed the surface. There is so much to see here. I hope this helps you find your adventure.